Last field each year they say it's the best ever, and I'm sure that's what will happen this year at Wanda. And that's the side looking down at the 15 starters lining up for the final of the Open Ironman. They're ready to go. That's Grant Kenny. He seemed to be very relaxed in the interview. And Paul Smith, you selected Freshwater to win the March Past. Trevor Hendy, the open board race. Can Trevor Hendy defend his Ironman title?
Yes, Roger, I believe he can, and I think that he's going to have an enormous challenge thrown at him by Darren Mercer of Thirroul. But the field here is just full of class. We've got Craig Riddington, 3 times a runner-up, once third, and he's going to be in there as well.
And away they go. The order for the Ironman is swim, board and ski.
Yes, and you saw Grant Kenny dive there. Greg Naylor from City of Perth in the white cap with the red and black stripes. They're all lined out. Amongst the field, as we say, we've got Trevor Hendy, the current champion. Robert Chapman from Allura. Didn't look like he'd get a start, but got in as a replacement, won his heat by about 100 metres. Guy Leach, the Coolangatta Gold winner, is also in there. I mentioned Darren and Dean Mercer having just competed in the junior Ironman, and Grant Kenny, Lars Humer. I mean, there's just so much talent available in this field.
So the early stage is in the swim. They'll be coming out to a sandbank, and as you can see, spread right across there. And it's a long, choppy swim. There'll be waves all the way out to the buoy. And 15 minutes of some of the fittest men in the world. And the others competing, John Anderson from Stockton, Guy Leach has been mentioned, Greg Naylor from the City of Perth, Craig Riddington Manly, 3 times runner-up, Brent Pritchard Allura, Dwayne Ties of Seacliff, who won in 85-86, John Robinson now with Kurrawa, Lars Humer of New Zealand has been mentioned, Brett Dowker of Thirroul, and Mark Bennett of Southport. This is his 11th final in a row.
Yes, and at the moment we've got Guy Leach out there in front in the swim leg. Guy Leach is an exceptional swimmer. He's wearing the yellow cap with the black and white stripes. Now Robert Chapman from Allura also up there, but you see Guy Leach, his arms lifting up strongly, swimming away, and Chapman over on the top of the screen in the light blue cap. That's Robert Chapman, 30 years of age, on his home beach, probably for the last time. Now Leach and Chapman having an enormous swimming duel here in this leg, and there's no doubt that if the swimmer's first, the event is favoured for the swimming competitors.
A number of the swimmers going out to the northern side, so they've got a big swim to come across back to the boys.
Yes, they have, and already you can see Guy Leach on the bottom part of the screen here now, starting to move over to try and catch Robert Chapman. Chapman and Riddington. Riddington is also up there in the sky blue cap of Manly. And of course Chapman's cap is also sky blue with a little white circle around it. In fact, I believe they're coming into the turn now. Going along, we find that is Craig Riddington there in the lead. Craig Riddington from the Manly Club. He's been 3 times the bridesmaid. He came second in the open surf race here today, and what a brilliant swim that was for him to get out in front of Leach and really put a spurt on as they came to the turning buoys.
Yes, it'd be very important. Riddington would be expected to go well in the swim leg. It's people like Hendy, Dwayne Tyers and Grant Kenny. It's where they are after the swim, because remembering Grant Kenny has the ski as his final leg.
Yes, looking through the field now, I see Darren Mercer up into about 4th place. I think he's going to feature very strongly. Trevor Hendy, not really sighted, but the leader is certainly Craig Riddington from Manly. And they're really thrashing away as they come back towards the beach. There's Robert Chapman in the middle of the screen there with the light blue cap. Chapman moved up into 2nd place and in fact has overtaken Guy Leach. But right in the centre of the screen in the light blue cap, we see Craig Riddington. A little bit of a wave starting to build up out there. They'll miss the first one, but I think its next wave will be good enough for probably 2 or 3 or 4 competitors. Now Riddington has a little look over his shoulder there, surprised to see Chapman so close. Leach starts to come. Now here's the waves we're talking about. They'll be, oh, it's broken now. Leach has caught the wave. His head's coming out. I don't know whether Riddington was able to stay on. He has. He's just a magnificent surfer, Craig Riddington. He caught the broken wave and in fact has surfed it further than anybody else. So it's Riddington in 1st place. Robert Chapman, the 30-year-old from the Allura Club, in 2nd place, and Guy Leach from Kurrawa, Queensland, in 3rd position. Trevor Hendy does appear to have moved up into about 4th place. But Craig Riddington now stroking very, very strongly, looking under his shoulder each time he lifts that right arm. Right behind him on his heels, Robert Chapman, determined to go out of competition on an extremely high note. Reddington moves over a little bit now, sees where the finishing flags are. Leach right behind him. Well, Craig Reddington's really got the job in front of him to see whether he can keep this lead for the next 2 legs.
A lot of hard work to get back into the shore. Not many waves around. They have to do a bit of wading and a bit of a wave out the back to bring those who've been behind up. Now here's Reddington out of the surf, and this is the completion of the first leg. Remembering boarders next, and final will be the ski leg.
Right, now we see Reddington in first place running round him. On the left-hand side then is John Robinson from Kurrawa and Guy Leach from Kurrawa in third, then Robert Chapman from Allura in fourth. Now there's nothing between these leading 4 competitors. Reddington there in the black costumes, down, picks up his board. He'll be first in. Then comes Leach, Robert Chapman and Robinson from Kurrawa also in there. But we'll stay with Craig Reddington here. Pushes his board out and his powerful arms start to thrust him forward. There's Grant Kenny running along the beach now.
So Reddington off on the board, and it's virtually Indian file.
Yes, the competitors now will be happy to trail alongside the leader and go out in the wake, and Reddington really doing the work for the 2 Kurrawa competitors. Robert Chapman, though, is now accepting the challenge, and he's moved out to the side, and he's going to see if he can make any indentation on Reddington's lead. Few good waves coming up for them, Roger, as they cross this sandbar out here, and it's where you need the power in your arms. We see Grant Kenny there on the red and yellow board in the centre, the 4 times champion and all-time great. But he's behind the field there. And it's Craig Reddington there. Board turned around badly. Didn't really control it well going over the waves. Leach next to him. And looks like Robert Chapman also. 3 of them together there. Now Robert Chapman the closest to you on the bottom of the screen. Reddington in the middle and Leach at the top.
And Leach with the advantage. If he can get closest to the buoy, he'll turn. He'll have the tight turn. And he's working very hard now.
Yes, well, they're all certainly working hard. Chapman sees that. He's about to move over on the inside. Reddington now puts on the spurt to pull away from Leach and does it with consummate ease as they head up there. Leach goes again. By gee, it's a magnificent event, this, and these men are just so fit. It is incredible the amount of training they put in throughout a season, spending up to 5 and 6 hours a day in the water. Now, as we come round on the inside, it looks like Guy Leach from Kurrawa in the yellow cap. On the outside, it's Craig Reddington from Manly. Right behind them is Trevor Hendy now, the current champion, on your right-hand side, looming up. He's wearing the light blue cap with the yellow star on the head.
Because he should go well. He's won the board race. It's his favoured leg. So this is the... he won it at the board leg opening the last year. So Trevor Hendy, he must do well on this leg to set himself up.
Well, look at them now. There's 4 of them on a wave, and Hendy's caught the wave. Reddington's caught the wave, Chapman's caught the wave, and Leach has caught the wave.
Fantastic.
An unbelievable finish. Now, there's another leg to go after this, and it'll depend just how quick they can sprint along the beach to get onto their skis and have the choice of the break as they go out.
Now they're still all on it, and you watch the skill of these surf lifesavers as they ride it as long as they can.
Now, we see there, Hendy paddling very well. He's up and running. Leach still lying down on his board. But it's Trevor Hendy, the current champion, has fought back after a not very strong swim leg. Hendy running around there. In second place is Guy Leach from the Kurrawa Club. Coming up right behind them in third place will be Craig Reddington, and fourth will be Robert Chapman. But it's Trevor Hendy now. We have to see whether he can hold on to this lead that he has in the ski, because Robert Chapman and Craig Reddington are noted ski paddlers.
So Trevor Hendy, a slow start, getting underway in the final ski leg.
Well, one wonders whether Craig Reddington will ever win an Ironman. 3 times runner-up, and he's just had a little trouble on the ski there. Dropped back 2 or 3 metres. But Leach, very powerful as well, starts to push out. And Guy Leach in the yellow cap now has regained the lead. This is the red and yellow ski. It's Hendy in second position, Reddington in third, and Robert Chapman in Allura in fourth. Grant Kenny, way back. He originally told us he's done no training at all for the Ironman, preferring to concentrate on kayaking commitments in the Seoul Olympic Games later this year. Now the leaders paddling out there does appear to be Guy Leach from the Kurrawa Club in Queensland. Right next to him, Trevor Hendy. Third is Craig Riddington, and fourth, Robert Chapman. Now, Leach on the left-hand side of your screen there. You see Hendy's broad shoulders as he pushes those orange paddles into the water, trying desperately to get up there and get the inside run on the turning boys. Craig Riddington paddling now at the bottom of the screen, doing the best he can, but he's still probably a full ski length behind Guy Leach. Now, this Ironman event, Roger, has gained publicity worldwide and really put Australian lifesavers to the fore.
Well, this will bring the big crowd right to their feet in the closing stage. As I mentioned, they go flat out for 15 minutes, and look at the setup as they're about to come round and turn for home in the open Ironman, and we have a magnificent setup here. Guy Leach, of course, moved to Curragh with John Robinson to really establish himself in the Ironman event. He's better at the longer ones, the Coolangatta Gold, but could this be his first Ironman? Hendy's trying to stop it.
I think Hendy used some great skills there. He cut inside of Leach, put on a big finishing sprint to get to the inside on the boys, and was able to push Leach wide. Now, coming back to the beach, we've got Hendy half a ski length in front, but Leach motoring at 100 miles an hour there has caught him. He's only got to maintain that, and perhaps he can do it. The swell's building up. That's Trevor Hendy on the screen now, just coming down nicely, taking it easy. Leach is over on the side, also on the same wave, and we see Robert Chapman coming into view.
No real waves at the moment, so that makes it even more exciting. Looking over the shoulders, something starting to build up slowly.
Yes, and I think Robert Chapman will be in a position to get that wave out the back, but still Trevor Hendy looking good. Trevor Hendy's a pretty good runner. Guy Leach having one last burst to try and get at him, tries to force himself over a wave, but Hendy is pulled away in the closing stages of this Australian Ironman Championship. And look at Trevor Hendy. His legs are pumping and his arms moving. He looked behind, but Hendy is going to retain his crowd here. He's going to be the 1988 Australian Open Ironman champion, and he crosses the line with a smile right across his face, throws his arm in the air and says, "I've done it." What a magnificent effort. A great effort by Trevor Hendy, congratulated warmly by Guy Leach from Curragh, who finished in second, and the luckless Craig Riddington will come up and once more take the bronze medallion.
Well done, Paul Smith. You selected Trevor Hendy, and after that swim leg, he was a long way to go, wasn't it? It appears to me that that board section was the one that gave him every opportunity, and there's a great example of the competitive spirit of these surf lifesavers after 15 minutes of brilliant competition. And the healthy face of Trevor Hendy took out that board race. Here's Grant Kenny coming through, looking around. He won't finish last, but there's about 4 behind him. But Trevor Hendy, the spoils to the victor, and to do that, to win 2 in a row, is a truly magnificent effort. And now let's go down to Mike Smith, who's talking to Trevor Hendy.
Well, I've got the 1988 Australian Ironman champion, Trevor Hendy from Surfers Paradise here. 2 in a row, Trevor. Fantastic performance.
I'm really happy. I just can't believe I got there.
You were a little bit behind in that swim leg, but a magnificent board paddle brought you right back up to the field.
Yeah, I really put it in the board. I ran in after that swim, and I was the first one out of that group of 4, after that group of 4 to come out. And I raced out there and I got a good run in. And I just thought, this is what I just won the national title on, so I've got to do something on it. So I managed to get around the pack and come in on that same wave.
You did very well to hang on to that little wave in the shore break there, because Craig Riddington slipped off the back of it, and you did excellently well to get back right onto the beach, and then you were first onto the beach again.
Yeah, I was glad to have that little leg going out in the ski. And when I hit going out in the ski, and that wave just cleaned me up, knocked me back on the bank, and I was just lucky to stay on, knock me back with everybody. And from there, I just had to get the right turn around the cans and come home.
Well, Trevor, that was another great performance, and let's see what can happen in 1989 at Burleigh Heads. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Mick.
So Trevor Hendy retaining his Open Ironman title. A great performance by the young Queenslander. Guy Leach, now of Curragh, Queensland, and Craig Riddington once again picking up a minor placing in the Open Ironman. In the club championship, Southport of Queensland retained their title with 81 points from Manly on 78, and then came the 4 clubs that hosted the championships here in 1988. Cronulla, North Cronulla, Allura and Wando. But that completes the Bicentennial Championships in the Kurnell Peninsula in the Sutherland Shire, and next year it moves to the Gold Coast and Burleigh Heads.